Hi guys, James Holt back with yet another video. We're taking a sneak peek at my upcoming dropshipping course. Unfortunately, my microphone isn't working right now, so I'm doing a few trial runs with just cheap Beats headphones as mic, and for free videos, it's just free content that I'm giving away. I think that's fine, but then of course for the paid product, I'll be using the best quality mic I can get my hands on. While I wait on that, I just want to go over a little topic here. It's reaching out to Instagram influencers, how I contact them, negotiating on the price, and then what you should pay as well for shoutouts when you're just getting started. So as I said, these are some of the slides out of a massive PowerPoint presentation on Instagram influencer shoutouts. It's one of many. It's going to be a huge course, very in depth, and in the next few videos, I'm just going to show you little snippets out of it, hopefully show you what the course is, and if that's something you're interested in, you're going to want to first of all subscribe to the channel so that you know when it releases, and also sign up for the email list, which will be linked down in the description. If you get on that list, you'll get the best possible price right on launch date. So there's no way to get in cheaper than through the email list. Startsellingstuff.com, that's where you want to just drop your email and sign up for that. So let's get into the video. First thing is, I don't evaluate pages first and then message. First thing I do is just send out mass messages. In fact, I get my virtual assistant to send out the mass messages. I've got a little bit of a criteria for her just based on number of followers and engagement rate. So she knows not to send messages to pages with fewer than 50,000 followers on a new store or 100,000 followers on an established store. She also doesn't send messages to pages with less than 1% engagement rate. Everyone else, she will send a copy-paste template that I have, and if you get the course, you'll receive that as well in the bonus section. She sends this message out to 5 to 10 people a day when we're trying to get new influencers on board. Now, I think most experts or people recommend first researching the page and then reaching out. The reason I don't do that is because I think it's far, far less efficient. Here's the thing, not every page is going to respond. So you're far better off reaching out to as many people as possible, looking at only those who respond, and then doing a more in-depth job at researching those pages that do respond. Because all the pages that don't respond, if you had evaluated them beforehand, you were just wasting time. And the time needed to evaluate a page properly is far bigger than the time needed to just copy paste another message to someone. You might piss some people off if you send them a message and then afterwards don't place a shout out, but that's a small price to pay, frankly. This method is especially good if you're on a tight budget, because if you're on a tight budget, you want to get the most amount of results for the least amount of money. The way you do this is by giving yourself the best possible chance of having a very, very high quality page. The way you do this is by not only looking at what's currently on the page, but actually monitoring the page for multiple days. That allows you to see what they post, and if they're constantly posting ads, chances are, first of all, look at the engagement on the ads. So they might have a good engagement rate because they always take down ads after 24 hours. If all their posts get 1,000 likes and their ads only get 100, then you know that the ads don't have the same reach that normal posts do on that page, and that's a big red flag for you. You only get this if you take the time to actually follow these pages and look at what they do. So you're going to spend time, if you're on a very tight budget, this is what I recommend. You're going to spend time scrolling through the feed, looking at these pages, what they post on a daily basis, how often do they post, what kind of images, and especially keep a lookout for other Instagram shoutouts. Are they doing the same products as you? Are they doing a lot of free plus shipping? Because if customers keep seeing free offers every day, they're kind of going to become blind to it, and it's going to lose its great magical effect of that word free. Free really is, there's got a magical attention grabbing effect, but not if they see it every day. So that's what you want to look out for. Like I said, if once you're outsourcing, if you've got a VA that is working for you, definitely get her to send these outreach messages, because it's an easy job, copy paste, and doesn't require much skill, easy to teach. And then the actual evaluation of the pages, that's what you do. Quick note on negotiating with Instagram pages. I honestly don't think it's worth your time to negotiate on price. If an influencer quotes just a flat out ridiculous, unreasonable price, I'll just decline. End of story. No negotiation. I've had influencers with 50, 100,000 followers and decent engagement, but nothing spectacular, ask for $200, $300 for one post. And that's just crazy, and I'm not going to do that. I never haggle. I just don't think it's worth my time, because I don't know what the page is worth to me yet. So what's the point of negotiating on price? Not worth the time, and you don't really have any reason to, because there are so many good Instagram pages out there right now. So what I'm saying is, I will happily pay $20 or $25, even though you can usually negotiate it down a little. People say never accept the first price, but that's just bullshit advice, because yes, you might save $7, but it's not going to be worth your time and effort. So when I'm doing my first trial shoutout, I accept the price or I decline the price. There's nothing in between, no negotiation. What I will do is afterwards, if it converts, then I'll book multiple shoutouts in advance. And then I've got leverage. I can say, look, you can write this to the influencer, say, I made 3 sales from your shoutout. I can't afford to do it at your current price, but if you give me the shoutout for $15 instead of 20, then I'll book 5 in advance, and you get consistent business, because these pages have fairly inconsistent business, because one day they have shoutouts, the next day they don't, and that's their income gone. They want consistency. So if you offer them that, then they will be willing to work with you, and you've got leverage. You're saying you're booking multiple of them, dangling the money in front of them, and they will be happy to negotiate down on price. Plus, you've got the advantage, you know what this page brings in, at least for the first shoutout. So you have to factor in that the income's going to go down a little in the future, but you know roughly what the page is worth to you, so you know how much you can afford to pay. That's what I do. I don't negotiate with influencers up front. I negotiate after I've done a shoutout. Here's one thing that you can do. If a page quotes you a price for a picture in the timeline plus a link in the bio, then you can just send them a message saying you accept the price, but you'd like to get a swipe up story as well for the same price. And believe it or not, I've actually never had an influencer page decline this offer. It's a little strange, because they're throwing in a part that is pretty effective actually. A story with swipe up can convert very well, and they're just throwing that in for free. So you always want to get all 3: timeline post, link in bio, and a story with swipe up whenever possible. And usually you can get the story thrown in for free if they quote you a price for the other 2. Begs the question, how much do you pay for a shoutout in the first place? Because I said decline unreasonable prices, but you don't know what a reasonable price is if you're just getting started. Well, here's the thing. It's less about what a reasonable price is and more about limiting your risk when you're just getting started. Because we all have a limited budget. Some have a larger budget, some have a smaller budget, and some have far too small a budget to even bother with dropshipping, but that's a different topic. What you want to do is limit the amount of money that you risk losing per shoutout. when I don't have a proven product yet. So I'm starting new in a niche. I don't know whether this product will sell. I will not, under any circumstances, pay more than 25 US dollars. Preferably, I'll get shoutouts in the $10 to $15 range. That, of course, means you won't be running on big pages, but that is fine because you're just testing to find a product that sells. Once you have a product that converts and you know it sells, then you can take it to bigger pages and scale it with Instagram influencer shoutouts. For up to $25 in most niches, and the price really does depend on the niche, how saturated it is, how many people are doing this type of shout out, and how much money there is in the niche. For $25, I found that in most niches you can get sort of niche theme pages up to 150,000 followers, and personal brands up to 75,000 followers. The difference between a niche page and a personal brand, of course, is that a niche page just collects images related to a niche, posts them. A personal brand is a person, it's someone wearing clothes, someone posing with their dog, posing with their cat, there's a personality behind the brand and not just a collection of random images from around the web. That's the difference. Personal brands in most cases are more expensive unless they're new to it and they don't know their value yet. However, personal brands also tend to convert better because there's more trust there than just with an anonymous niche page. One last final note, these are just guidelines for what to expect to pay. Like I said, some niches more expensive, some niches are less expensive. And these guidelines are for simple shoutouts. You send them a picture, you send them the caption, you send them the link in bio, they post it, then they take it down after 7, 12, 15, 24 hours, whatever you agree with them. These prices are not for modeling. That's a completely different topic which we will not discuss in this video. What I mean by modeling is you send a product and they then take pictures wearing or using the product. Different story entirely, can also work, there's big value in that, but we will discuss that in a different video, or actually I think we'll probably just discuss that inside the course because it's something I haven't seen discussed online at all yet, and it's sort of unique to what I've done myself. So that's about all we have to say on that today. Thank you very much for watching, and do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, go to the link in the description, startsellingstuff.com, sign up to the email list if you want to be notified of the release and get in at the best possible price for my dropshipping course. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more of this to come, both for free on the channel and then the massive value that is in the dropshipping course when we do release it. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time.